Today, I've brought some interesting behind-the-scenes details from Squid Game Series 2. Let's get started. The first behind-the-scenes detail is about the reason for including the red light, green light game again. Director Hwang Dong-hyuk mentioned in an interview that he considered red light, green light, and the character Young-hee as the signature elements of the series. He thought it would be good for Gi-hun to have something he could do as an experienced player, which is why the game was included again in Series 2. Personally, the thought of playing red light, green light again was overwhelming. Even the actors said they could immerse themselves more in the series. While playing this game, it wasn't just a prop, they actually played red light, green light again. It really felt like being in Squid Game. It was genuinely scary on set, and while filming, we had to stay completely still, which was both fun and terrifying. Let's move on to the next behind-the-scenes detail, the 5-person hexagon modern pentathlon. Welcome to the pentathlon game. Director Hwang Dong-hyuk had a lot of thoughts about what games to create. He wanted to use the set to introduce Korean games and thought of a game that wasn't too easy. That's how he came up with the 5-person hexagon. He thought it would be interesting to have a game where you have to work as a team, and there would be many stories to tell during the process of passing the game. So, he created the second game under the name Modern Pentathlon Hexagon. Now let's move on to the dakji game that Joon-hee played. There's an interesting behind-the-scenes story about this scene. In fact, Jo Yuri, who played Joon-hee, practiced dakji from the red light, green light set to succeed in one go. However, unlike her successful practice, she failed during the actual shoot. It resulted in a 0.1 second blooper. She flipped it once, but couldn't flip it again, so she had to act out her expression, showing a 0.1 second "what do I do" face. Next, let's talk about the frontman and the spinning top game. During the spinning top game, the frontman fails several times before finally succeeding. There's a hidden secret in this scene. In the drama, the frontman's dominant hand is his left hand, but in the scene, he uses his right hand. When he succeeds, he switches back to his left hand. This means the frontman deliberately failed the game by spinning the top with his right hand to buy time. However, there was a problem. In reality, I'm right-handed, but the frontman in the drama is left-handed. I was worried about getting too many bloopers during filming. When the frontman spun the top with his non-dominant right hand, he was supposed to fail. But Lee Byung-hun, being right-handed, spun the top too well, resulting in many bloopers. Senior Young made a blooper because he was too good at it. He just threw it, and it spun perfectly. Even when he threw it carelessly, it spun well, resulting in continuous bloopers. It was too good. Park Sung-hoon, who played Hyun-ju, also mentioned that he tried spinning the top himself, but it wasn't easy. He was amazed at how well Lee Byung-hun could do it. According to Park Sung-hoon, the reason Lee Byung-hun was so good at spinning the top was because they were in the same agency, and he was surprised when he told their representative. He said, when Byung-hun was young, there was nothing else to do but play with tops. There are several behind-the-scenes stories related to Hyun-ju. In the drama, Hyun-ju played the game of Jegi-chagi. During this game, Park Sung-hoon's left foot was tied to another actor's right foot, making it very difficult to kick the Jegi. They ended up filming only the upper body, with a staff member throwing the Jegi from below the camera, and Park Sung-hoon just had to act like he was kicking it. However, it turned out so well that it looked like he was really kicking it, and he was satisfied while monitoring the scene. Let's move on to the next behind-the-scenes detail. In the scene where Seong Gi-hun's team successfully completes all the games and returns to the starting point within the 5-minute time limit, everyone is happy, but Jong-bai suddenly starts crying. This wasn't intentional. Lee Seo-hwan accidentally hit the camera while spinning, which caused it. Now let's talk about the set. The modern pentathlon took place on a field that left everyone speechless. It was so grand and magnificent that it felt like being in a different world. The colorful set was very fairy tale-like and beautiful to look at, but the brutal murder games happening inside contrasted well with the set. The person in charge of the set was director Choi Kyung-sung, who also worked on the first series. As soon as he read the script, he thought of a sports day and designed the set with the idea of the biggest event in primary school during that time. Even the rainbow lines on the field were created with a specific meaning in mind. When I thought about the meaning of the rainbow, I thought of the beautiful colors on the path to heaven. So, we wrapped the coffins like gifts to make them look like they were going to a peaceful place without pain. The next game is the round and round pairing game. This set was surprisingly built so that no CGI was needed afterwards. Everything, including the circular plates and doors, was made to actual size, allowing the game scenes to be shot without CGI. Lee Jung-jae mentioned in an interview that one of the most impressive shots was the overhead shot of the round and round scene. It was a very intense and tense moment, but from above, it looked like something was splitting apart, which added richness to the scene. That's all for today's Behind the Scenes. Thanks for watching.